Ho 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 ho. Merry Christmas, everyone. If you're watching this at that certain special time in America, that means it's December, which means it's time to deck the halls, spend time with family, and be as anti-Semitic as you can get.
Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially
Kanye, please, bro. Please. We gotta let this thing go by next year. You see, holidays have always been a very confusing thing to me. You see, my comprehension level as a kid was not very high. And I've always thought the same thing. Because on one hand, you have holidays that make sense to be celebrated in general, right? Such as Christmas, that's supposed to be a religious holiday that commemorates the birth of Jesus Christ. Yeah, we all know Christmas ain't about that anymore. Or New Year's Day, which helps us celebrate that time of the year where we reach a new chapter in our lives. But then you have some holidays like Groundhog Day. What the f is the point of celebrating Groundhog's Day? I swear, American holidays be the stupidest shit ever. If you don't know what Groundhog's Day is, it involves this little creature called a groundhog. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I don't know what genome of the animal kingdom this type of creature could even come from. It's got the face of a capybara, tail of a beaver, the nails of a rat, and the teeth of a British man. I already don't like how this thing looks. And every year in Pennsylvania, out of all places, they have a celebration on February 2nd where it comes out of this hole. And when it comes out, if it sees its shadow and gets scared, then we get cursed with an extra 2 months of winter. But if it doesn't get scared of its shadow, then spring apparently comes earlier than it normally would. Frankly, I don't think anybody even understands this holiday. Not the people in America, not the news stations that cover it every year. Shit, the niggas that do it probably don't even understand why they're doing it. They're Amish. Amish people aren't real, they're a construct of the Matrix. But forget all of that. If we really break down this entire holiday, how the f can a groundhog coming out of a hole determine the weather for the next 2 months? And you're telling me out of all of the things a groundhog could be scared of in nature, man-eating bears that chase them as their prey, rednecks that hunt them and use their fur as carpets and fuzzy socks, the risk of a new Amazon fulfillment center being built over their habitat, it instead gets scared of seeing its own shadow. Dumbass creature. But you see, I would personally let it slide if it actually was proven to work in some type of way. Who knows, maybe the groundhog has some mystical magical powers that can alter the universe's celestial atmosphere. I mean, if people still believe in astrology in the 21st century, then I'll let a nigga believe in Groundhog Day. But it turns out that that little ugly ass creature has gotten more than 50% of its predictions wrong in the past 10 years. How do you fumble this battle? You see, you have one job. You have one entire job that's supposed to apparently determine if I have to keep wearing coats when I go outside. I do not like the cold. And you still f up that job. But the worst part of this entire holiday is that it's on my birthday, man. Do you know how many niggas have forgotten my birthday because it's the same day as Groundhog Day? Well, actually, no one has because it's Groundhog's Day and nobody cares about it. But still, how dare the United States government put a trash-ass holiday on my birthday? This entire day represents me at the end of the day. I'm the same guy that was born on the same day as Shakira. And they disrespect me like this? Do they know who they're in the presence of? When I walk in the White House, they should all already bow down to my feet. Which is why I don't like this holiday. We gave an entire holiday to a creature that doesn't even do its job. But Groundhog's Day has nothing on something like Father's Day. The reason I bring up in this video, and the only reason why I hate this holiday, is because it causes too much controversy every year for no reason. I mean, men's feelings? Ugh, let's be real, no one really cares about that. Real men bottle up their emotions and don't tell anyone about their issues, then express their anger through violent crimes in this world. Like, dads will really get one day of the year. And on this said day known as Father's Day, you always have those girls on that day who always post the same thing. But anyways, happy Father's Day to my mother. Bitch, if you don't shut the f up, your mom already has a day. It's every damn year that I see posts like this, and especially on Twitter. Granted, you don't expect less from Twitter, but I mean, it still gets me mad. Imagine if we switched the roles for this scenario, and a bunch of dudes gathered on social media on Mother's Day to say something like, but anyways, happy Mother's Day to my father. Then it would be toxic masculinity. Some of y'all just need to let some of these dads have one day. One day! And the crazy part about it is that on Father's Day itself, it's not like dads will ever get any type of celebration. Comparing it to something like Mother's Day, you have entire celebrations, plannings for the day, events, gifts, etc. Meanwhile, all dads want on Father's Day is to chill out and be left alone. But nope, they can't even have that. So, I don't know. I honestly think it would be better to just abolish the holiday so I don't have to keep seeing shit like this every year. If it stops the dumbass hoes who don't comprehend anything from saying this, then I think us men have to take that sacrifice. And honestly, I wouldn't even be mad at it. You see, I did research for this video. While doing my due diligence of research for this video, I found out that the #1 most bought gift for dads on Father's Day is a tie. A tie. Imagine working the entire year to support your family while being on your last strides, and the gift you get for that is a tie. Who even wears ties? I'd rather just get nothing and my future kids can just dap me up or something, and I'll take that. But you know what? That one was an outliner. Let's talk about another holiday that I can't stand. St. Patrick's Day. The day I heard about this holiday, it tore me apart. So you're telling me, on this holiday that's celebrated in America, which it isn't even supposed to be, by the way, I'm forced to wear green. Green out of all colors. You literally cannot match green with anything. Like, what am I supposed to wear? A green shirt? Green pants? Green shoes? A green suit? If I wear this suit out in public, I'm not even gonna be scaring the hoes away at this point. I'm gonna be terrorizing them. And I also have to wear on this holiday that some random strangers on the street can come up to me and pinch me because I'm not wearing green? Pinching out of all things? There's no way this was a part of the original celebration of St. Patrick's Day. And I did research for this video as well, and it turns out that the celebrations we do in America, they don't even do in Ireland. I've never even celebrated this holiday and I hate it to the bone. But the thought of someone random coming up to me and just pinching me out of nowhere low-key gives me an ick. Also, leprechauns. I don't like leprechauns. Ever since I was a kid, I refused to partake in any media that had to deal with leprechauns. I didn't draw them for a class activity on the day. I avoided all types of huge pots because I thought a leprechaun was gonna slide into it to see if there was gold. And I always avoided eating Lucky Charms. And the whole point of this holiday was that you're supposed to dress up like one of these little ugly ass goblins. Not to mention, not to generalize this holiday to a group of people, but at the same time, to generalize this holiday to a group of people, I've never seen any black people celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Just look up photos of St. Patrick's Day on Google. Boom. Bam, blah. This proves that this holiday is racist. Frankly, I think we should cancel St. Patrick's Day because of this. It shouldn't even be celebrated in America, first of all. Easter's always been a holiday too that kind of irks me as well. Let me explain. So Easter itself was supposed to be another religious holiday. You all know the story. Jesus died, then bam, a couple days later, he's back to prove the motherfuckers that he wasn't capping. But please tell me, how do we turn this religious holiday about Jesus coming back from the dead into a fucking bunny? Then to add on top of that, we have to find the bunny's eggs that is shitted out as a fun activity and eat them as a treat. Really think about that. This activity should be more traumatizing to children than it is. Me personally, I never liked it for this one reason though. The Easter bunny itself. Why do these bunnies look so creepy? I can't stand mascots in general. Like, thank God McDonald's got rid of Ronald McDonald. I'd have nightmares about this clown every night as a kid. But the Easter bunny is still rampant and being celebrated everywhere as a cultural icon because of this holiday, which had nothing to do with bunnies in the first place. And whatever you do, don't search up old photos of the Easter bunny. I'll show them for you. Just look at this thing. Look at his smile. He can't be trusted. Then there's this one. And to end it off, the 1920 special edition of the Easter bunny. How could you even let your kids take a photo with this thing? But let's get to the last controversial one on this video. Halloween. The origin of Halloween was supposedly a day to commemorate the souls of the dead by dressing up in costumes and lighting up bonfires to ward off spirits, which I honestly never knew until googling it for this video. Yet instead of following this traditional route, we of course turned into something completely different. It went from doing ritual dances over a bonfire to dressing up as people and asking strangers for candy. And honestly, I feel like I do prefer our version over the older version. The hell do I look like dressing up in primal clothes and dancing around a fire to ward off spirits? But the problem with Halloween is that it went out down bad. AKA Halloween fell the off. You see, back in my day, kids actually went outside and were excited every year, preparing their costumes up to their favorite characters and making it our mission to get as much candy as we can get. But Halloween nowadays just doesn't hit the same. I've seen so many people this year talking about how no kids went trick-or-treating in their neighborhood at all. Literal TikToks of them showing how their neighborhood looked at peak Halloween hours. Empty. And I can't help but to feel kind of sad about it. Instead of going outside trick-or-treating with friends nowadays, kids just do shit like having e-sex on Discord or making an edit on TikTok in hopes of it blowing up. Oh, but Tommy, it's actually more safer to stay inside on Halloween because you're at a higher risk of getting kidnapped on Halloween. Don't give me that bullshit. Just say you don't touch grass. Also, that's low-key what made Halloween fun in my eyes. If you weren't at a risk of getting kidnapped on Halloween as a kid, you really didn't have a childhood. Plus, you're missing out on free candy. And to end off this video, a lot of holidays don't really make sense. Why do we celebrate them? I don't know. But there's a lesson to be learned here. And that lesson is, there is no lesson. Holidays just don't make sense. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.